Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you an easy single page layout to open your scrapbook album, or it's the opening of a series of scrapbook pages representing or documenting a single vacation. So I'm going to use Weekend Adventures, the DSP along with the stickers, and some of the coordinating cardstocks. So this is going to be a relatively easy layout to do using my Cricut. So this is the picture I'm going to scrapbook. When you're doing this opening page, just pick a representational photo of your whole vacation. And this vacation was back in 2017. And my husband and I spent a few days over on the Grand Lake side of Rocky Mountain National Park. So it was a great vacation. And yeah, I have lots of pictures to scrapbook. So I went to my Cricut, and all of these images are from the Close to My Heart Aurora collection. If you have access, then you can get all of these images. Okay, so I kept it to one collection to make it easier to find all of the images. So just type in Close to My Heart Aurora and you'll find all of these. So I layered the mountain and the log ground in pecan pie and espresso, and then I cut trees in mossy meadow and old olive. So I've created a base of Cajun craze, and then I cut the next pattern paper, which has little acorns all over it, at 11.5 inches square to leave a border. And this is some of the Country Woods collection, and I've cut 2 inches by 11.5 to create kind of a base for the mountainside to rest on, and for the trees to be grounded. So it's ground. So we'll go ahead and place this at the base here. And then we can start building our little scene. So we'll have the mountain right there. And then we'll layer in trees on top of it. So I've cut trees from the Aurora collection on both the light and dark side of Mossy Meadow, and also the light and dark side of Old Olive, so that I have 4 different colors to choose from, and I'll just kind of vary them. So we'll go ahead and get this mountain secured right here. So I'm just gonna create a scene on this page, and something interesting to represent the whole vacation. So like I said, I have lots of pictures to scrapbook, and I'll have videos of those pages coming up. So stay tuned to my channel and you'll get to see the rest of all these pages. We're only there for a few days, but you know, when you're in such a beautiful place, you tend to take hundreds of pictures. So it was kind of tricky to narrow them down, but I think I did okay. So I'm just going to layer these in, and we'll just get started with the gluing process. I'm using wet glue so that I can kind of shift things around, and then I can get the glue adhesive into those smaller nooks and crannies of these embellishments. And you could make it more dimensional by adding in foam tape, but I opted not to since I have so many layers of cardstock with this page. Yeah, I just decided to use glue and tape runner to put everything together. So I'll show you the first few, how I'm staggering them, and I'm looking at how it looks with the darker trees in between. And then I wanted to kind of cover up that edge where the mountain meets that the Country Woods paper. And we'll go ahead and layer in this next one. And we'll get that down, and then we'll just keep going and filling up that whole space. Just keep working along. Okay, so we'll get the last couple trees glued down. And then I went back to Country Woods and I pulled the super dark espresso pattern and I cut all of these bears. It's actually the same bear image, I just sized them differently to make Mama and a couple of cubs. So we will have Mama walking along in front of the mountain and then her cubs are following her. So we'll get those glued down. So cute. And with this pattern paper, it gives them some texture and it looks like their fur. So we'll glue that down. And then we'll have our mountain scene. I like the way this looks. And then instead of using a solid paper in the background, I chose the one with the acorns on it. So it's light, but has some interest to it. So I created mats for this picture of the sign, and I did that in crumb cake and another mat in Cajun Craze. And then, like I said before, I layered the log round. I cut it in pecan pie and espresso and layered that and glued it together. So we'll get our photos in something like that. Okay, so I've already glued down the log round, and then we'll add in this photo. I'm gonna keep it simple but representational of the vacation. Want a POW layout to start things off. So yeah, okay, so we'll add that in. Just deciding exactly where I want it to sit before I press everything down and commit. I think that's good. Okay, so off camera, I have cut several letters using the mini alphabets set, and this is a great die set. I use it so much. It's got one die that cuts all of the letters of the alphabet in one pass. So I've cut 3 layers and then I've stacked them and glued them together to give them some dimension so they really feel like chipboard after you're done gluing the 3 layers together. And I've spelled out Grand Lake. So this is the west side of the park. And as a kid, I remember my family always preferring that side because it wasn't as busy. Estes Park has lots of great hikes, but the Grand Lake side does too, and you'll see those in the pictures to come. Lots to do on the western slope, and it tends to not be as crowded as national parks can get to be, as you probably are familiar with that situation. So yeah, so we decided to go on that side. And then I pulled the sticker from the sticker sheet that says adventure, because this was our little adventure, my husband and I. And this tab here, this tab sticker, I'm just gonna journal the dates. And sorry about what you're seeing on the screen. I had to crop it. I had some other stuff in that the camera was seeing that yeah, it was just distracting. So I've cropped this down and I'll widen it up in just a minute. But I've journaled the dates of our vacation on that tab. And then I think I'll scooch these letters over a smidge and then I'll glue them down off camera. Okay, so we'll pull this closer. And I'll have still pictures over on my Facebook page and my Insta accounts. The URLs are at the bottom of your screen. I'll put links in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. And stay tuned. Next week I'll have a couple more videos with more pictures from this trip. And thanks for watching.